This is Practicality, communicating about practical sexual expression, part 3. Penetration. Understand that in the expression of you in the moment of touch, to not haste, to do it to get somewhere, to an eventual upbuild, to be released through orgasm in penetration. This is not what sexual expression is about. Penetration is no different than the touch moment expression of self of two human beings together. No different. It's just another form of touch, really. Because have a look. What is penetration is when two human beings come together as one in expression. The same with touch. Two human beings as one in expression. So, I would suggest not to define penetration as more than just touch, because that would be, again, your expression being dependent on another different outside separate manifested positioning in which it presents a certain specific experience as orgasm. So be aware that orgasm doesn't become the reason for self-expression. That for sexual expression, really, because otherwise it would not be sexual expression. It would just be two human beings coming together and just pumping it up. That's it. And then it's bum, 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 bum. And then it's then it's orgasm, and then it's done. Then empty and then, okay, I'm going to bed. That's not what it's about. It's interesting because in pure, absolute, pure self-expression, you're able to continue for hours without getting tired in any way whatsoever, without any fluctuation in energy, without any fluctuation in your self-expression movement and experience. Because when two human beings' self-expression is so pure that it's absolute, even in one touch, the being would be able to experience an orgasm, if you want to call it that. But this orgasm is another form of expression. It's interesting because it becomes just different forms of self-expression. That's it. So, with penetration, again, it is self-movement. In the moment the male penetrates the female, it is just, in that moment, it's a movement of self, and again, it's just a touch, and again, it's just a movement, and it's just another form of expression again. And explore different ways of experiencing yourself. Explore different positions. Because otherwise, if it's the normal just on top of each other like that the whole time, it is the conventional must sacred way of having to do it. And what happens is a suppression occurs within human beings, and then it starts becoming just, okay, let's get together, let's just do it quickly, have the orgasm, and it's done. And it's not an enjoyment of two human beings together as one. Just going and expressing absolutely. So, in the moment of penetration as well, together, it's another form of self-movement, and you just move your entire body. You continue with the touch, you continue with the brushing on each other, the lips. It is just in the moment. Absolute. I am here. And this is how both experience themselves. This is a truly amazing self-expression of two individuals as one together. So, as I've said, when pure self-expression within beings that are having sex together, it will literally become, even when the penis is just before the vagina, the woman will literally start shaking as her expression just starts to open up, even without penetration. Penetration will later not even be required or needed, yet if it's preferred, of course, go for it. But realize that the entire sexual expression is one and equal. Whether it is just touch, and in that moment of touch, and the lips move, and the body brush, and, you know, removing the clothes, or the penetration, doesn't matter what position or where, it is in the moment, absolute unconditional self-expression. Even then, when the hand just moves over the skin, the male or female will go in absolute orgasmic expression, because that is natural. Realize also in pure self-expression, the female will just get wet with no movement or reaction of that arousal that's experienced in the pelvic area. The same with the male. The male will get a hard-on without having any thoughts, pictures, imaginations, projections, nothing. That is natural self-expression in manifestation as a human being. Because how does hard-ons or arousal usually generate itself within this world? Is through foreplay, magazines, seeing pictures, seeing each other naked, you know, doing all sorts of things with a male or female to get them aroused, so that eventually the penetration comes and then it's the orgasm. That is so much hard work and not necessary. So I suggest follow these steps. You begin slow, you start over, blank slate with each other, and you begin in that moment of only touch and I am here. And from here, you'll really experience that self-movement in expression of you in the moment, and how it will literally start to open up, and it will open up, the pure self-expression will open up in the most unexpected moment. Not expected. So, those are the steps to sexual expression. Thank you very much.